Hi all. Welcome to episode 8, I believe, of Thursday Night Takeaway with Bain Hospitality. My name's Lorraine Coates, and this evening we're going to be catching up with the wonderful Chetna. Just welcoming you all to our Thursday Night Takeaway, and just a reminder of our purpose, really. At Bain Hospitality, our mission is to upskill Black, Asian and other ethnic minorities within the hospitality space, also to amplify voices, and ultimately we want to accelerate equality within the space. And so, as I said, without further ado, we're joined by Chetna today.
Hello,
How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Very warm, very warm.
Yes, very warm to be in the kitchen right now, but yeah, at least the sun's shining because
Well,
we are not able to go anywhere. So this is brilliant.
exactly. I was going to say I'd have it no other way, even though it's a bit of an adjustment. And so, welcome and thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
Cool. I just wanted to start off really by just introducing yourself, just telling us a bit about who you are and what you do.
So, as you said, I'm Chetna Makan, and I am mainly a food writer and author. And I do all sorts, but mainly Indian food, kind of home cooked Indian food. And I kind of want to introduce people to the real Indian food that I guess a lot of people outside India are not aware of. Let's say just UK, just kind of, getting them to understand how we eat at home.
Okay. And question for you, Chetna. Are you officially a trained chef or
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm self-taught,
okay?
I don't. I never even call myself chef
Do you
because
know?
yeah, because it's just because I'm not trained, and I'm very, I always say I'm a home cook because I am a home cook.
Yeah.
And that's a fact. And I've never worked in a restaurant, and
Okay.
in many ways, uh, don't really, fancy a restaurant really. So,
So,
yeah, not my path.
okay, cool. And so tell us how you've been actually over these past 3 or 4 months during this incredibly strange time.
I think it was like for everyone else. It has been difficult, but I think the only thing, a couple of things that worked for me and made me stay positive is my husband continued to work and go to office every day. So
Did he?
he's a doctor, so he had to.
Yeah.
So there was a routine for us because he was going, his normal routine and coming back. So it was that kind of, for me, was really important and, had some
Mm,
structure.
yeah.
And then secondly, what I thought was I then started sharing daily videos on my YouTube channel. So whatever I was cooking for my family, I thought, oh, hang on a minute. I've got my kids here who can
Yeah.
film me
Yeah.
cooking. So
Yeah.
why don't I? And everybody's at home, and if you are not really into food or into cooking, then it's really hard to think of what to cook. And I can totally
Yeah.
understand that feeling. So I thought it will help others. So I started doing daily videos, which
Right.
actually were, as much as it was helpful for others, they were great for my mind and my creativity. And yeah, it was really helpful.
So I've seen the term often used of Corona coaster, the ups and downs of Corona. And, on some days we're just bouncing off the walls, and on others we were enjoying that downtime. Is there any one thing that you did outside of cooking that just kept you sane during this time, or?
I think I have actually, even before I did that, but in the lockdown, I continued to exercise, which not for hours and hours because
Yeah,
I'm not into that, but
yeah.
it started with going for walks,
Mm,
and I enjoy it. So it's not a kind of a job for me that I have to exercise tick. I really enjoy it and I continue to do so. But I started doing it with my son every morning. So
No.
5 days a week, me and my 10-year-old would exercise, and just a 15-minute hit or something, but just gave both of us really enjoyed it. And if I didn't feel like it, I still did it because he would otherwise be,
Okay.
and if he didn't want to do it, he still had to do it because I
Yeah.
was waiting for him. So it kept both of us going,
Yeah.
which was lovely, which actually we are still trying to do
I
as much
do.
as we can. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think just having some structure in your day, I found, just seemed to make all of the difference, just in terms of just mentally adjusting and knowing that there were things during the day that you have to do, or you're going to do to maintain that.
Yes, absolutely. I think structure, you're absolutely right. I think structure is, I know for some people that might not work, but for me especially, I think it is very helpful.
Yeah, yeah. And so going back in time slightly to when you first entered the industry, how did for some reason my phone keeps on dimming even though it's fully charged. I'm not sure why. Sorry, I was saying
It's
about
okay.
going back in time to when you first joined the industry. So how did that all come about and what was your path in?
I actually, it wasn't planned at all. It was not something I had thought I would be doing. So I was on a long maternity leave. I was a very big fan of Great British Bake Off as a viewer. I was a big fan. So I watched from series one, I watched all the series.
Yeah.
And when I watched the series four, where Francis won, my friend said, I had started baking, so we would do a lot of cakes for mother toddler groups and coffee mornings, because that is what, was the structure for our day then. Yeah. And they knew I liked baking and I was making cakes. So they said, oh, you must apply, you must apply. And that's how I entered. And I got through the long process of, eliminations and all the stuff, and then so I got through, and then it was amazing to take part, and all I wanted was to not leave in the first episode, which I think everyone going into that has said that,
has in mind.
And that's all I wanted. I think we were quite lucky because the whole batch of us in 2014, we're really still very close friends, and we just connected. And I think one of the biggest reasons was that none of us went in with a competitive head. We all just went in because everybody was doing whatever jobs they were doing, or retired, or like myself, in long maternity leave. But I think everyone just went in for the love of baking. So they all went in because they liked to bake. They wanted to, take part in something like that because it was, they were passionate about it, which is why I think we clicked so well, and we are still friends. So which was really helpful because they were not competitive, and it was the best time. We had the best time.
Oh, nice. And so at the end of that experience, did you imagine your career beyond that, or were you just open-minded to what was to come?
Actually, I wasn't even, I had no mind at all. It wasn't like I was thinking, oh my God, this is going to happen or that is going to happen. Obviously, things have changed now because I think now it's a different, it has changed a bit. But I think I didn't go in for thinking that I will get a career out of it at all. No, not even the slightest, not at all. I thought, okay, I'm going to take part. This is going to be fun. And, and my son was going to, so this we did in August, and it finished filming in August. And from September, my son was going to start school. Okay. And I was thinking, okay, then I can think of what I'll do and, maybe go back to fashion or something. I didn't know. I had no idea because I had not planned it that far. So I went in with just nothing. And then, it's been crazy, amazing 6 years.
Oh, wow. And you mentioned fashion.
Yes.
So, you were in a creative field beforehand. What were you doing in the fashion field?
So actually, I trained to be a fashion designer, and so I trained from a brilliant college in Mumbai. And after my training, after graduating, I actually worked in fashion in Bombay for 4 years or so.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I did try a lot of things. I worked as a stylist for magazine shoots, and I did had a little label on the side, which I was just kind of experimenting with. I designed for a couple of Bollywood films.
What?
It was
Serious?
crazy. Yeah. It was a mad and amazing. The kind of jobs I did were
Yeah.
brilliant, just from all sorts, and and worked as a designer in a
Yeah.
company, designing clothes as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was quite full on into my work. It wasn't a 9 to 5 job; it was a 24/7 job.
I can imagine. But you know what? What's just really wonderful about that is, I think gone are the days where, like my parents and their parents, they would have a career for their entire working life and never change. You know,
Absolutely,
and
yeah,
to excel in a field where you're styling on a Bollywood film to
yeah.
to where you are now is amazing. It's
Oh, it is.
inspiring as well. It
But
is.
at that time when I was in Mumbai doing that, I didn't even, at that time, it wasn't even my head that we were going to leave the country, or, I had, uh, both me and my husband never planned too much in the future. It's always, what comes, and very,
Nice.
yeah, I'm quite positive and, kind of adapt easily. But
Yeah.
we didn't think that, I had little plans for what I would do in fashion at that time. And, some big plans, but I never thought that I'd be writing a cookbook. Never, ever in my dreams.
Wow.
If you had said to me, okay, maybe you would take part in,
Mhm.
London Fashion Week, that would have been a more achievable goal at that time. I know
Cool.
it was very far, but it would have been a more realistic goal at that time than if you said to me, in 15 years time, you're going to be writing a cookbook. That would, yeah, it's just crazy how life works.
Wow. And so here we are now, where your fourth, I believe, cookbook is to be
Yes,
released.
yes,
Do you want to tell us about that?
yes. So actually, the fourth book is actually it's here. It's a green, lovely, healthy
Oh,
Indian.
beautiful. Yeah.
And actually, last year I wrote a healthy Indian book. And like I said in the beginning, it was all about trying to introduce people to how
Yeah.
really Indian food is. It's
Yeah.
not a curry and a naan, and there is more to it than samosa and chaat. So I basically wanted to kind of, yeah. Really introduce them to the kind of food we eat and cook at home. So yes, so this was kind of like a extension of that book, but this is all vegetarian recipes.
Okay.
Most of them are vegan because we do eat, everyone knows Indians do eat very a big part of our meal is vegetarian. A lot of people in India are
Yeah.
vegetarians. My husband's a vegetarian. My actually dad's a
Okay.
vegetarian. My in-laws are vegetarians. So it is, yeah, we are a lot of vegetarian food in our house. So it came quite naturally, actually.
Yeah. And so what's the run up look like to writing a book in terms of time frame? Was it quite a long one or?
So it's usually kind of similar. So it's
Mm.
anything between if you include everything from the moment we say we discuss, sit down and discuss with the publisher the ideas, and then they have a discussion, and then we get the green light, and then um, kind of the framework of the book happens. And for this book, actually, I really wanted to go to India to kind of meet some people. So,
Okay.
yeah, so last summer, actually, I went to India, peak summer, Indian summer, but I had no choice. And actually, I met a lot of home cooks.
Nice. Yeah.
And so the whole idea was Still a lot of people cooking in Indian homes are women, which is fine. And I wanted to meet women who work and then they cook for their families, and how
Okay.
they kind of manage, and how do they make healthy stuff for their families and stuff. So it was most amazing. And thanks to social media, I met some amazing women, and the way they cook in their kitchen, their kitchens are basic, there
Yeah.
are no fancy
Yeah.
equipments.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it, which is why I always say you really don't need this fancy mixer, this fancy
Yeah.
chopper, and you can make really simple food and delicious food with whatever you have in the kitchen. Yes, so it was amazing, and the way, and with the ease that they had with cooking, and
Yeah.
just kind of just getting all this amazing meal ready in minutes was very inspiring.
Oh wow, it sounds it. And so, sort of going on that trip and drawing inspiration, is there a
Yeah.
single most, um, I guess, what was the biggest kind of takeaway from that experience, just for your inspiration for your book?
I think I came back with two big things. First, like I said, I think I was really surprised that the kitchens I saw were no different
Yeah.
to my mum's. So I thought that maybe over time, maybe now, they will have, more equipment and stuff. But actually, it was just how I remember it from, my childhood, the simple kitchens, and that was amazing. And I came back and I thought, okay, I don't need fancy stuff, or whatever I have. It's more than enough. And the second thing which I came back with was, you really can be so creative with simple vegetables, that
Mm,
so yeah, I have been a bit more experimental since that.
yeah.
I was even before,
Yeah.
but this just made me go one step further.
Oh, nice. Oh, lovely. And so your fourth book, you launched it during lockdown. How did that differ?
I think it was very different, obviously, very, very different. I didn't know what to do, because obviously all the events around the book were cancelled, all the talks and the demos and whatever, all the stuff around the book was cancelled. And with every book, I've had actually like a launch party where the whole idea is to thank people who've helped me
Yes.
put this together, and also to kind of, I always think that you got to celebrate the little achievements in your life. You can't think, I'm going to have a big celebration when I reach this and this or whatever. And I think that is not how it works. I think
I love
you
that.
might
Yeah.
you might just miss your whole life thinking
Yeah.
that I'm going to have this. It's not about a party. It's just about celebration with whoever you is close to you. And
Yeah.
this is one thing I really, really believe in, where you have to celebrate your little, big or small accomplishments, because that's, you never know what tomorrow holds for you. So you have to live in today. So yeah, that is what I really missed as well.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, but it's been lovely. The people have been so supportive on social media, and getting the books and cooking
Yeah.
from it. And
Yeah.
I've been like anxiously since since the book came out, because a lot of people share pictures of what they have cooked from my recipes,
Yeah.
whether books or YouTube or whatever. So I've been like, okay, something is gonna, people will send me pictures, and it's so nice to get pictures of them cooking and enjoying, or and they'll share whether it reminded them of their mom, or
Yeah.
whether yeah, they're married to someone Indian, but
Yeah.
they've never cooked any Indian. It's just, the stories are really, really lovely.
Oh, it sounds like you've really built a community,
Yes,
and the
yes.
fact that the food is the thing in common, and it must feel like in ways a bit of you that's out there and it's been displayed in many different ways.
It
Uh,
is actually, and I think that's one of the plus sides, the biggest plus side of social media is the community. And I know people get negative, feedback or stuff. But I think, I feel very lucky to have this very special community where everyone's really lovely and positive, and it is about being nice to each other.
Yeah. And so I've got a question a bit off piece in terms of you, because so outside of my main jobs, I also am a life coach, and there's a few things that you've mentioned that really resonate with me that I've read in books. One you mentioned was about being in the now.
Yes.
And the second was around celebrating all small achievements and not waiting, for that big bang. Where has that sort of mindset that you've got come from?
That is I have no, I think one big thing is that my parents are very positive people. Yeah. And, my dad is always smiling, and he's always saying, it was supposed to happen, so it's happened. So, it's out of your control. And, and I think growing up, and even now they are like this. So it is very, it has actually, maybe that has had an impact. I've never thought about this before, but maybe, that has had, because I think, if you are around that positivity, you are going to have that positive outlook to your life. And I think the second thing is, I think because I have, I left home when I was 17, and I went to this big bad city of Mumbai, which 25 years ago was a big thing for people, for anyone coming from a small city, a girl, a small town, to leave home and go to this all on her own. And my parents were really, really encouraging, and just, let me do whatever I wanted to become and do and study, which again is a positive, they've always helped me on my path and never kind of tried to stop me. So I think that happened, and I had to adapt, and I had to very quickly, I made some amazing friends and had the best, few years in Mumbai. And then I had to suddenly leave Mumbai, leave everything and pack bags and come here, which was not planned at all.
Okay, really?
So, and to a really small town again, where the shops closed at 5 o'clock 15 years ago. So it was a big shock to the system, a big shock to the system. And, it wasn't easy at all. It was, it was a bit depressing in the beginning. But I think if I'm going to live here, then I have to kind of make this place a home, which I have made it now home. I've got lovely friends who are my family here. I've got absolutely no family in this country, neither does my husband. So we are kind of, our friends are our family here. So, which is a big thing. So you have to, get comfortable where you are, I guess. That's a very long-winded answer to your question.
And it's infectious too, which is, it really is. Your energy is definitely coming through the screen, which is great. And so, what are you looking forward to when life is back to normal?
I think it will be really nice to be able to, what I really would love to do is, with the medium of YouTube, I would love to go and cook with different people. I think I did a series some time ago where I went to different restaurants and cooked with the chefs. Like the chef cooked and I was talking to them. But it was really interesting. And I think, I really want to go and see people cook in their kitchens and, kind of that whole, I'm missing that. That is what I'm loving on my own, but I really want to do it with someone. And that's what I'm really looking forward to. And also the most important thing, kids going back to school.
Okay.
Which will be really good and important, but yeah.
Oh, cool. And do you have any more plans in terms of the future beyond the release of your recent book? Like, where if you can share, where else do you want to take this? Where else do you want to go in the future?
I think I want to, I have no plans, first of all. I have no concrete plans. I think I want to spread the joy of this book right now. Once we come out of complete lockdown, I think I want to spread and talk about this book a bit more. But I think more than that, I think I want to do a few experiments on YouTube, I think, with my channel. That is what I really, like I said earlier, just now, that going and cooking with people, I think I want to meet more people from different backgrounds, and that's what I really want to do. So whenever that happens, basically.
Cool. And in a moment, we're going to move to the quick fire round, and
Yeah.
we're going to open up for questions. And so just a reminder for everyone that's tuned in, there's a question mark little box at the bottom. If you do have any questions, please do pop them in the box. Now, I think I can hear a seagull, and I obviously follow you on Instagram, so I'm sure I see water regularly, and I am in awe and envious.
I know, it is the seagulls. The locals hate them, but yeah, they've been really deprived and hungry right now.
Because really loud.
Yeah, because obviously, we've had right now it's really busy by the sea, but we've had quite a month, so yeah.
So how close to the sea are you? Is it like out the window, or is it like
no
meters? Okay.
No, it's a 5-10 minute walk. Yeah.
Wow.
It's lovely. Yeah.
I can imagine, especially during this time, because for me personally, I live in London, and I've been out for walks and there's greenery, but there's something just so calming about
yes.
water. So to be able to be near that at any time must be just.
Yeah, it is. It is really nice. And you would think we'd go by the sea more often, but actually, when you are living by the sea, we do go often, but I think sometimes, like I really wanted to go today. I could only go for 5 minutes in my lunch break, which was a great thing. Yeah. And so did yesterday. But yeah, we've got to work as well. So it's not like we're on the beach.
Yes, sure, all day, every day. Oh, bless. I'm really envious about that. I can't even imagine. But anyway. So we're going to go to the quick fire round quickly. I'm going to ask you a question. You just give me the answer, one of two answers.
Okay.
Relating to food. And so the first is lime or lemon?
Lime.
Spicy or sweet?
Sweet.
Okay. And so question for you, and this is just a bit random, but do you have a favorite cooking ingredient?
My favorite spice is cardamom.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said sweet. Do you like pudding or cake?
Cake.
Rice or noodles?
Ooh, that's a tricky one because I like both.
Do you?
Yeah. Oh my God. Rice.
Okay. Romance or horror?
Oh, romance. Definitely no horror for me.
Really? I love horror. Just me. Like being scared. Comedy or action?
Comedy.
And I'm going to do two more, because I can see we've got about 6 questions. Ketchup or mayo?
Ooh, combined. Half and half.
I combine the two. So you're going to take them both?
Yes.
And last but not least, tea or coffee?
Tea.
Yeah, cool. All right. Well, I'm going to move on to questions now. The first one is from Drinkclusive. Hi, Susan. So lockdown has made a lot of us revert to comfort food. Okay, there's the question. Hold on. Okay. Lockdown has made us return to comfort food of our youth. Are there any dishes from your childhood that you've found comfort in during this time?
I think there is no one specific dish, but there have been like a few. Like I am a North Indian, so I'm Punjabi. So we have this rajma rice, which is red kidney bean curry and rice, and that is something we would have on, a weekend or something, and that's like the that's like a roast
No.
for a family on a Sunday. So that's something which is really nice. And same like similar to that is puri aloo, which is like a tomato based potato curry, and it's served with fried flatbreads, which is heaven. And that's something which is, enjoy for a treat, and there's something special in the family. So yeah, those
Right.
things like that.
Cool. The next question is from Rave Shay, Sinead. If you could rewind 20 years, what advice would you give to your younger self?
Wow. I have seen this question being asked to so many people, but I've never thought myself. I think I did. I don't think there's anything, um, I've done what I, what was thrown at me, and, kind of made space for myself. And
Yeah.
I really, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
Oh,
So are you a person of no regrets then?
no, no,
I thought
no.
so. I thought so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the point? It's gone. It's
Yes, I
done.
agree. I agree.
I can't
I
change
quite the same.
anything.
Yeah. Which chefs inspire you? That's what.
Oh, I think there are obviously lots and lots of amazing people doing amazing stuff in food. And I think one of the biggest who comes to mind straight away is Jamie Oliver, because I think he's one of those people who um, doesn't just talk, he actually takes action. Whereas a lot of people just talk, and when it comes to action, they're not there. So I think that is very, very inspiring.
Yeah, yeah. Cool. Um, so next question from Jules. Super inspiring. Any words of advice for the younger generation of foodies interested in making food, cooking a career?
I think the one thing that I will say is have your mark on whatever you're doing. That is one big thing. Like, don't run behind a particular look or a particular style that is, say, for example, that, just videos of those people cooking, the hand shots which are shot from top, and you think, okay, I'm going to make those because that's what is kind of trending.
Yeah.
I've never done those because that's not, there are lots of people doing it. So I don't want to be doing it. So I'm going to create something what I'm comfortable with, proper home cooking. So I think one of the biggest things would be try and find that special thing about your food or cooking if you are going to go into that field.
Nice, nice. Cool. So we've got another question from Aline. What do you love cooking more, cakes or savoury food?
So I love baking, absolutely love baking, but you have to eat to have your main meal to enjoy that cake. So yes, I love cooking as well. Depends on what I'm hungry for at that time as well. But I love baking, absolutely, because I love eating the cake. So yeah.
You. Oh, I love cakes too. Oh my God, we've got loads of questions. Let's see. So red kidney bean curry is definitely a delicious thing to do. Have you done a dal and bean curry both?
Actually, I don't think I have done a dal and bean curry. Have I? I don't think so. No, I have no. I recently, in the new book, I did the red kidney bean curry cooked with Indian cheese, which is paneer, which was a bit kind of taking a twist on the classic kind of, which turned out great. But Oh no, of course, dal and bean curry. What am I saying? The biggest, most famous dal, which is dal makhni,
Okay.
which is, people know it as Dishoom's black dal,
Okay.
is traditionally, it's a North Indian Punjabi dish, and it's traditionally, my mum makes it with black lentils and red kidney beans.
Okay.
And that's how it is cooked. So that's the that's the
Okay.
most common
Okay.
used combination.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Um, uh, someone said, "Thank you for teaching me cooking curry. I just adore cooking curry when the weather's cold." So it's a statement more than a question.
Ah, I'm
Bless her.
glad.
Yes. Thanks for teaching me. That's a wonderful thing with cookbooks, right? They have a bit of Chetna at home. um, are there any sweet things you can do with homemade paneer? Maybe you could show us. I think they're expecting you to pop into the kitchen.
I can't show you right now, but actually there are. Traditionally there are a few Indian sweets that are made with fresh homemade
Okay.
paneer.
Yeah.
And one of the most popular ones is rasgulla, which is the white small balls, paneer balls, which are not steamed, kind of poached. And then, so it is delicious. So yeah, there is actually a recipe I have used, I have shared in the new book, Healthy Indian Vegetarian, with homemade paneer and made it into a sweet. Yeah.
Cool.
It's really popular in West Bengal, which is where Calcutta and, Bengalis eat a
Yeah,
lot of that.
yeah, yeah. And where is your book available for purchase?
It's actually available everywhere. So it's available Waterstones, it's available
Yeah,
on Amazon. But
yeah.
there is a lovely little shop in Margate where I live, close to where I live. And I've been signing books. So people who want a signed
Oh,
copy,
really?
I have left the link in my profile. There is a link in my profile. So if you wanted to gift it to somebody for a birthday or whatever special occasion, then if you email them, I can go and sign it for
Oh,
you.
nice. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. And we've got two more questions. If you could try three things from Indian street food, what would they be?
Oof. I love Indian street food. It's my top favorite thing to eat. And because of that, I actually wrote a book on Indian street food,
Okay.
which was my second book, Chai Chat and Chutney. But I think the first would be pani puris, which is small, like crispy fried pastry balls, and you fill in spicy, sour, sweet water in it, which is delicious. So it would be pani puri. Then it would be samosa.
Yeah.
Oh, you're making me hungry. And then it would be tikki chaat, which is a potato cakes with lots of different spicy chutneys on top.
Nice. You are making me really hungry. You genuinely are. I think we had. Did we answer favorite childhood food?
Yes,
You
yes.
did. I thought so. Okay. So, have you ever heard of David's been here? He went to India and tried unique food in Mumbai. No.
No. I'll have to look him up. I have no idea.
Okay.
David's been here. Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
Coolio. That. Oh, hold on. I said that is it. Hold on. I think we've got one or two more.
Okay.
Okay. So, what about baking? What would you love to bake? Have you ever tried breadfruit before? It's the new meat.
Breadfruit, I have heard of it. I don't think I've tried it.
No.
And what I love to bake is I like to bake mostly just basic cakes.
Do you?
So my top favorite would be Victoria sponge. I just love, like, it's just the simple things.
Simple.
Yeah, but at the same time, if I have some time on hand, like Victoria Sponge, I can literally make in my sleep, and it's just so easy and simple. But yeah, it's just the best. But if I have time, I like to try new things. So,
Okay.
you know, whether a bit time consuming donuts, or whether it is a special cake, or it's a nice chocolate babka bread or
Yeah.
something. So I do, if I have time, then I would like to experiment and try new things because,
Mhm.
yeah.
Cool. Right, we've got the final question for you, I believe, which is, what part of your business is your main focus?
Wow. I
Oh,
have never thought about that myself.
have you not?
I would think, I think they take turns. So when I'm writing a book, my book becomes the main focus. And because obviously I'm not writing a book throughout the year, you know, few months I'm writing a book. And when I'm not writing a book, YouTube becomes my focus. But having said that, YouTube is a constant. So because I share a recipe video for last how many ever years, every single week. So I've never missed a week.
Wow.
So it's,
Consistency.
yeah, it is consistency. And I think people, you know, it's just something that goes on for people who have been following for that long. And the regular viewers, I think it's, I feel like I really need to give something,
Yeah.
whatever it could be. But yeah, so it's never off. It's always there. But yeah, in the lockdown, it's been my main focus.
Yeah. Okay. Wonderful answer. Oh my God. Chetna, during the time of you answering, 7 new questions came through.
Oh, okay, let's go for it.
Um, so, so have we answered this already? What are your 3 favorite spices
No, but
from Welsh?
my most favorite is cardamom top, and I think others. One other one would be cumin because I think it's just magic. Cumin is just magic. Obviously, I'm not saying salt and chili because they are just there all the time. And another which I love to use is amchur powder, which is dried mango powder. And it's
Yeah.
used for savory food, and it just lifts the dish. It's just amazing. So yeah, these three would be my favorite.
Wow. Okay. I'm seeing loads of this is super inspiring in the comments, by the
Ah,
way, Chetna, which is lovely. Um, um, I've seen someone say, "Tell sis I miss her." Is this someone that you know, your friend, maybe?
oh, okay.
Is it no? Yeah.
No, no, I know that.
um, okay, that's interesting. So, what are your thoughts on curries made for British consumption?
Um, to be extremely honest, when I moved here, that's when I actually found out what people thought of curries. And it was just not real Indian food at all. And you know, obviously now things have changed, let me say, because I think in last 15 years, things have changed. We still don't have a really good Indian restaurant where I live, which is a shame. But if you go to London, I think you can get real proper Indian food. I can't say about any other place because I don't know.
Yeah,
I can
yeah,
only talk about my place where I can't get any Indian
yeah,
food.
yeah,
Yeah, and somewhere in London you can get sometimes, you know, the food is wow, like
yeah,
wow. It's just amazing. It's authentic. It's
yeah,
real. And they have tried so hard to get, you know, a real taste of India.
yeah, 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 yeah. Cool. Um, okay, what's your favorite cuisine besides Indian?
Oh, I love Chinese food.
Yeah,
I I obviously love Italian. I love
yeah, yeah.
Thai and all that stuff, but I love Chinese
Chinese
food.
is yeah,
Yeah.
the two. Um, so do you have a favorite Indian restaurant in London?
I actually have quite a few, but I think one of the ones which I love for what they do is gunpowder, which is lovely.
Yeah,
I think, you know, their food is really nice and it just is as if I'm, you know, sitting in India and eating it. So yeah, I love gunpowder. And of course, we all know about Dishoom, but yeah,
yeah,
gunpowder is lovely.
nice. Um, Okay, we've got repeat there. Favorite restaurant. Um, so, question for you. So you mentioned you're from northern India. Have you travelled around India?
I have traveled, yes, not as much as I would like. I would like to go and travel more. So fingers crossed, I will get to.
Yeah.
Um, I'm actually North Indian, but I'm from Central India.
Oh, okay, okay.
So, so yeah, but I went for research to Chennai for my street food book, and I had the best time and the
Really?
best food.
Yeah.
So that is what I can say on top of my head. Chennai would be, yeah, amazing.
Okay, cool. Right, I'm gonna take one more because every time I go into the box, 10 more questions appear. There are some duplications, so I'm just making sure that we get through them all. I think we've got some real super fans here because there's about 10 questions from one person.
Oh.
Okay, so this is an interesting one. So, have you ever cooked Pakistani, Nepalese, Bangladeshi, or Sri Lankan food?
Actually, I would say maybe a couple of Pakistani dishes. Nepalese, actually, to be extremely fair, I don't think I've had real
Okay.
Nepalese food
Yeah, yeah,
ever.
yeah.
I've not visited Nepal, and I have not really tasted real Nepalese food, so I have not, unfortunately. Bangladeshi, yes, I have tasted, but I don't think I've cooked anything
Mm,
from there.
mhm.
And Sri Lankan, I love Sri Lankan food, but again, I don't think I've cooked something extremely authentic, to be honest.
Okay,
Not the fair thing to say that I've cooked something really traditional, which I would love to,
yeah.
but haven't done that yet.
Okay, so four more questions have popped up. I'm gonna go for one more.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think we could be on here all night. um, so let's see. Had that one before. Um, there's a few statements and not questions. Oh, sorry, hold on. Disappeared. Um, I think we might be done actually. Hold on. Okay, this is the final. What is your opinion on ready-made boxed mixed spices?
I think they are a good option to have when you are cooking in a hurry. If you are making your weekday meals,
Yeah.
I think there's nothing wrong. They are spices that are mixed together by someone. It's not like it's ready meals.
Yeah.
If this question was about ready meals, the answer would be very different.
Okay.
But this is about ready spices. So I think I've got a couple of ready spices when my mom comes to my parents come to visit it's actually quite popular in India as well, so you can buy ready mixed spices for different curries. So it's not something, I think it's a fair thing, and I think you should always have some ready mixed spices in the cupboard.
Okay. Super duper. Chetna, it's been an absolute delight
Oh,
and pleasure to catch up with you today.
thank you so much. I've had a really, really good time.
You've really injected loads of positivity, I think, into everyone here. I've seen the word positive about 10 million times up and down
Oh,
this, which has been great, and also inspirational as well. Um,
oh, thank you.
it's been a true pleasure. And for everyone that's out there that's inspired and very hungry, obviously Chetna's book is readily available for purchase now. And you must check out her YouTube channel. Absolutely amazing. And yeah, and so we will be back next week. We will be back actually next Monday, the 10th. Um, and we will see you there at 7 p.m. in the same place. So thank you all for tuning in. And
thank you so much.
no
Thank
problem.
you.
I'll be in touch soon. Take care, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.